But the Raptors are going to have to be very, very disciplined tonight and see if they can at least stay out of early foul trouble and see how that changes the complexity of this one.
To be honest, I'm not really looking forward to watching it and talking about it, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll be jubilant when we cut back in, but that's for us to find out and you to hear about in 5 seconds. Until then.
So we're going to have to abolish time travel here on the Sports Next Door podcast. I think the last time we did it was Game 7 of the Leafs Canadians. We know how that happened. Similar vibes right now in the Sports Next Door podcast crew.
Hello, darkness, our old friend. The Toronto sports team had a big lead, 17 points in the second quarter. They blew that, kept it tight all the way through, had free throws to win it in the fourth quarter, missed both of them. I don't remember if OG's free throws came.
He missed one too.
Yeah, was that in the fourth or the overtime?
That was overtime.
Yeah, so OG has a chance to put us ahead. This is that. So 2 chances, then 0.9 seconds left on an inbound play, and Joel Embiid gets his Kawhi moment back on the same court that it happened, hits a fadeaway 3 as the shot goes, drains it, and that's a 3-0 lead for the 76ers.
Bro. I mean, I ranted like this as soon as the game is over. What is Nick Nurse doing on the inbound? Just purely the fact that Fred VanVleet looked over at the bench with his hands up, then goes and sits in the paint where he does, like, that is the last place you want to put the smallest guy on the court.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not discuss each person's role on the inbound? Like, if Fred is the dedicated guy to guard the inbound, then guard the inbound. And it's a perfect pass from Danny Green. And it just, Embiid should never get that clean of a look, but we doubled up on being worried around something around the rim when they had plenty of time to get a shot off. It's so easy. Even Doc Rivers, who, like, I guess everyone was saying we had a coaching advantage in this series. That is obviously wrong at this point. Like, Nick Nurse has looked not good. And this one is going to haunt Raptors fans for a while, that Philadelphia can put in DeAndre Jordan, but Chris Boucher can't guard the inbound. Kem Birch can't guard the inbound. Delano Banton can't guard the inbound. Like, I wouldn't say that, but the fact that Fred's sitting there in the paint as a perfect pass from the inbound, like,
and I don't.
That Philadelphia did it so much better, where they had a Jordan cutting off a pass to the corner. Inexcusable, really. It's terrible.
I don't hate having the guy in the paint to guard the inbound. 0.9 seconds, they could go for the alley-oop. But that guy shouldn't be looking at the bench saying, what am I doing? And it shouldn't
be Fred VanVleet.
Yeah. If it's Kem Birch there, then great. He's worrying about that. And then when Achua's on Embiid, he knows Birch is there. He doesn't have to worry about Embiid cutting in because Birch will handle it. He stays tighter on that 3 defense, and maybe that shot doesn't go. But there was a miscommunication. Achua played Embiid too loose because he was worried about the cut to the net, despite having a help defender there, because there was no communication about that. And I don't know. We had so many chances, like I said, in the fourth quarter. We had times where we just needed a bucket and couldn't get it. One more stop, couldn't get it. That it did feel like a matter of time. We had the advantage that whole overtime with Harden being out, and we couldn't eke out an advantage in the half-court offensive sets. So it was just a matter of time before something slipped and we lost. And I look at all the lost chances throughout the last 9 minutes of this game, more than that final inbound play, but just a game that we planned right for, came out in the right way to win, and then fell apart and collapsed. It would almost be easier if it was just a rerun of game 1, game 2. because they had the tools to win this game and they blew it.
Yeah. Poor offensive execution in the last quarter. Actually, the whole second half, the offense was very poor.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris really took Siakam and Gary Trent's lunch money there on multiple possessions, which is mind-blowing to me. But yeah, I don't know. We need more offensively. And like, I mean, Joel Embiid, man, he made some ridiculous shots in this game.
Yeah.
Not only, well, that was his second of 2 buzzer beaters in the final quarter overtime of that game. And yeah, that really is. I mean, we saw it 3 years ago. That's what the Raptors are missing. Siakam can get all of the praise, and he had a great year, but it's just the Raptors don't have a guy. And when you don't have a guy, there's only so high of a ceiling you have in the playoffs. And
One of those
like, you
shots
got everything else in place, right?
Yeah. The clean look from the mid-range he missed, I think, in the last minute of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Last 2, if not that. So there's your difference there.
Also disappearing that he really got only like 2 shot attempts late in that game. Why is it not running something, forcing a switch, or getting him with a post touch? He barely got any post touches in this game. Like, get him a little bit closer to the basket or set him up in the middle of the court where he's been so successful. Again, the offensive execution was really, really poor. And again, I think a lot of this series so far has to fall on Nick Nurse. It feels like they were underprepared offensively because of how much attention Harden and Embiid have had to have drawn.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate the offense throughout this series, and I liked the defense a lot better in this game. But you're right. Ultimately, it was the execution on offense. When we had the defense at a level that you could be happy with, that lost us this one that was worth all the marbles. So I don't know. I mean, this team has needed a center for 3 years now, and this series made it very apparent that that's still true. Having Scotty would have been nice, and ultimately it wasn't a series that we thought we would win, but 3 straight losses, 2 of them blowouts. Yeah, this is below expectations heading into this series.
You fight for pride from here on out. An absolutely horrific night for the Raptors, and then Charles Barkley guaranteeing a Leafs first round playoff win. I just absolutely delete the city of Toronto right now. Poverty franchise plus ratio plus L plus cry more plus pain.
Well, on that note, we are going to rewind the clocks back to about 6:30.
This is going to be so brutal when we come back. We're so chipper.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't that optimistic, but
hey, y'all, this better do numbers. Check it out on the pod. It'll probably go on YouTube. We gotta get numbers on this one. I'm losing my mind. It's time for bed.
Sleep deprivation plus Toronto sports teams doing Toronto sports team things equals mood. Back to 6:30 then.
And we're back from our time travel adventure. Hope you enjoyed that. We hope that things ended up well for us.